of the media and members of the public. Today, we're here to deal with the untimely death of a road traffic fatality. At this time, I would like to introduce the Sergeant for the Roads Policing Unit, Mr. Dorian Aswood. Sir.
Thank you, Dwayne. Good morning, everybody. Thank you for coming. The Bermuda Police Service can now confirm the death of 21-year-old Antoine Seaman of Granaway Drive in Southampton, and we extend our sincere condolences to his family and friends. We are sensitive to the fact that this fatality took place in the early hours of this morning, and Antoine's community are still coming to grips with this most unfortunate situation. Details are still emerging, but it appears that a police officer was driving a police car west, responding to a call for service around 1:50 a.m. on Somerset Road in Sands Parish, when Antoine was traveling east on a motorcycle and the vehicles collided. The officer commenced CPR with other police officers and first responders, quickly arriving on scene, continuing life-saving measures. Mr. Seaman was rushed to the hospital via ambulance. However, sadly, he was pronounced dead at 2:29 a.m. A family liaison officer has been assigned to Mr. Seaman's family to assist them at this tragic time. It should be noted that, contrary to reports circulating on social media, the deceased was not being pursued by police at the time. The Bermuda Police Service also confirms that a formal notification has been passed to the independent body, the Police Complaints Authority, given this incident. However, this is normal practice as required by legislation and also ensures full transparency to the investigation that will now take place. This applies to incidents involving death or serious injury, where an officer acting in the execution of his or her duty causes or appears to have caused death or serious injury to any person. The Commissioner shall, as soon as practicable, give the authority a written notice setting out particulars of the incident in which the death or serious injury was caused. A full investigation into this road fatality is underway and is being led by myself, Sergeant Dorian Aswood of the Road Policing Unit. We are interested in speaking with anyone who can help us identify the last movements of Antoine from 11 p.m. Sunday, April 14th until 1:50 a.m. Monday, April 15th. I can be reached at 247-1009 or 717-0849. Unfortunately, this marks the fourth road traffic fatality for 2019.
At this time, we're going to encourage the media to say the outlet that you represent and your question at this time, please.
Good morning, sir. Trevor Lindsay, TNN News.
Good morning, Trevor.
Can you confirm, were there just one officer in the car of this fatality?
There was one officer in the car at the time.
And I know it's very early in your investigation. You can't determine who is at fault at present?
Not at this current time. Should we understand that this collision occurred less than 12 hours ago, and there is a family out there who is mourning at this time. And it's only correct that we show some type of compassion and don't preempt any decisions or suggestions as to the circumstances of this collision at this time.
Sarah Lagan from the World Gazette.
Hi, Sarah.
I understand there are 4 different grade levels for drivers in the Bermuda Police Service, and officers need to be up to response level to be going over the speed limit, I believe. Just wanted to ask if this officer in particular driving the car was qualified.
Still a very early part of the investigation that will be looked into, but I can't speak on those circumstances at this particular time.
Can you speak to the nature of the call that she was responding to?
I'm sorry, can you say that again?
Can you speak to the nature of the call that the officer was responding to?
There was a disturbance up in the western area.
We understand that a senior officer yourself is leading the investigation.
Mm-hmm.
Sergeant.
Yes.
Is leading the investigation. Does a case that involves a death, does that not warrant a more senior officer with respect?
No, it's not according to rank, it's rule. Mm-hmm. And my current area that I work in is responsible for serious or fatality collisions. So it's only seeing fit that somebody from my department, and seeing how I supervise that department would be responsible for the investigation.
Sure. And finally, you said it's going to be transparent. You're going to be sharing the details of this investigation once we can have access to that.
Yes, it's important that we are as transparent as possible. But what we don't want to do right now is preempt and prejudice the investigation by talking on the circumstances and not showing enough compassion towards the family as well as the officer who are in a state of either mourning or upsetness at this time.
Is she okay? Is she doing okay?
From what I've spoken to the CISM officer who has been assigned to her, is that she is doing okay. And it's also important to note that we have a family liaison officer who's been in constant contact with the family of the deceased.
This particular officer, how long has she been a policewoman?
Again, at this time, I can't speak on that. I'm not certain.
Age?
I can't. I don't know her age at this time. I know she's young in service, but I can't say how long she's been.
A rookie?
I wouldn't say that's just a rookie, no.
Any other questions? We'd like to thank Sergeant Aswood for his comments. Again, anyone with any information to this untimely death, the fourth road traffic fatality of this young gentleman, Mr. Antoine Seaman, we're asking for you to contact police. No matter how insignificant the information you are, we actually want that information. Again, our sympathies to the family and friends of the deceased. Thank you so much.